Obama has been under fire for his relationship with a former member of the Weather Underground, William Ayers. And now Ayers is responding to conservative criticisms, specifically those from our own Sean Hannity on Ayers' blog, writing, quote, "The other night I heard Sean Hannity tell Senator John McCain that I was an unrepentant terrorist who had written an article on September 11, 2001, extolling bombings against the U.S. and even advocating more terrorist bombs." He goes on to say, "I've never advocated terrorism, never participated in it, never defended it. The U.S. government, by contrast, does it routinely and defends the use of it in its own cause consistently." Joining us now, Democratic strategist and Fox News contributor Bob Beckel, GOPAC chairman, and Fox News contributor Michael Steele, and from RedState.com, Eric Erickson. Welcome you all to the program tonight. Bob, is this a problem for Barack Obama?
No, but I want to break a little news tonight, and that is that Barack Obama's best friend in 6th grade's fifth cousin is an axe murderer, and therefore that's going to cost him. You know, the number of people who care about this thing, Sean, in the 15% of this country that are right-wingers, outside of that, this doesn't matter. I mean, the guy went and had a Coke with a guy with the Weather Underground. Here's my question. You left off one sentence there. Ayers did say, when Sean said that to McCain, McCain was astounded, and so was Ayers. Because apparently he said he didn't say it.
Sean, of course, will respond in just a moment. But Eric, what about this? Look, you know, I don't think the Jeremiah Wright issue hurt him. His ratings have gone up against Hillary Clinton's poll numbers. I question whether this is going to hurt him. Are the American people going to say, "Oh, my heavens, look who he may have been associated with or talked to or did whatever with at one point in Chicago"? Is it really an issue?
I think Bill Ayers' poll numbers would go up against Hillary Clinton's. Who's wouldn't?
Very funny.
The fact of the matter is, though, Obama doesn't have enough experience for us to judge him by his experience. So let's look to the judgment of the people he surrounds himself with.
Well, you say surround himself with, in what capacity?
Well, I mean, look, he and Ayers, they served on boards together. They've admitted they're friends, and same with Reverend Wright. I mean, this guy likes to surround himself with people who hate the United States.
Well, you say hate the United States. I don't know that Reverend Wright hates the United States, and I don't know enough about Ayers to know whether he hates the United States. But Michael Steele, again, it seems like the Wright stuff did not hurt Barack Obama versus Hillary Clinton. Is this going to make a difference?
Well, Alan, you're talking about a liberal, left-leaning Democrat primary. Of course it didn't. I mean, he's singing their song. You know, they're drinking his Kool-Aid. So, yeah, it's not going to hurt him.
Do you think the liberal song is bomb the Pentagon, bomb the weather? You think the Weather Underground represents liberals?
My point is, I mean, it's an extreme to the left of where I'm standing, that's for sure. And the reality of it is, yeah, in the primary, it's probably not going to hurt him. But let's talk about a general election campaign where there is a greater scrutiny, national scrutiny about these presidential candidates. And Barack is going to have to take that test. And I think that at the end of the day, he's going to fail it when it comes to who he's associated himself with.
I want to take a little time and educate my good friend Bob Beckel and some others that may not know exactly what it is that we're talking about here. Of all days, it is September 11, 2001. This is from the New York Times, and this is when his book came out. The article starts out, Bob Beckel, "I don't regret setting bombs. I feel we didn't do enough," Bill Ayers said. He goes on to say, he writes that he participated in the bombings of New York City Police Headquarters, the Capitol Building, and the Pentagon. Now, here's what we do know about the relationship. When asked about this, the Barack Obama campaign said they have a friendly relationship. In 2002, we know that they were scheduled to speak together at the University of Chicago, or one of those universities, and in 1997 they did an event together, and they were on a foundation together for all these years. So, Bob Beckel, the question here is, if a guy that admits to bombing the Pentagon, the Capitol, being part of a group that is declared war against the United States of America, should a presidential candidate be friendly with that person who was unrepentant as recently as 2001?
Just so, since you know so much about the story, I assume then he must have been arrested, tried, convicted, and went to jail for all this, right?
No, there was a lot of... well, if you want the whole story, we did a whole segment on Hannity.
No, but I assume he went to jail if he bombed all these places, right?
The FBI had surveillance issues which made the case impossible to prosecute.
I see.
No, this is important. He wrote about this in his memoir, and Bernadette Dornan, his wife now, was on America's the top 10 most wanted list by the FBI.
But Sean, you got to remember, he said that it was education, not terrorism.
Yeah, well,
That's exactly right.
Eric, first of all,
Right.
you know, it's good of you to say that the Barack Obama's two best friends are his pastor and this guy. I bet you there's 10,000 people in front of him on their Christmas card list, number one. But it's a typical good guilt by association way.
Probably not
You guys
with
go around
pastor.
because you can't win. You cannot win this campaign
But it's not
on
the
the basis
point.
of conservative.
Should a president, future president,
You're going to
you're
get beat
missing
so
the
bad,
question.
brother. You're going to have 6 people. You're going to have 6 red states left.
All right, let me go to Michael Steele.
And Obama, and it's just the question of his judgment. Obama has no good judgment when he surrounds himself with these people.
Michael Steele.
I think that's a fair point.
What do you
I
mean
think that is a
surround
fair
yourself
point,
with?
Sean.
But Michael, let me ask this question to
ahead,
Michael,
Sean.
because this is important. Should a potential president have a friendly relationship with a terrorist? Now, let me take it one step further. This is a guy who said, quote, kill all the rich people, break up their cars and apartments, bring the revolution home, kill your parents. That's where it's really at. Does that sound like somebody to be friendly
amazed
with?
this guy is not in jail by now. I just a guy like that, I can't imagine.
He admitted it in his memoir. You ought to read
I
it.
see. Okay. Well, no, I don't want to read it because I don't like what the guy says. And by the way, when you say surround yourself with, when you talk about friends, let me see if I get this right. Does Harris go over to?
Would you give a speech with that
Obama's
person?
headquarters? Does he go to on his plane with him?
Would
Is
you
he
go?
traveling
No,
around
they
with
give
him?
speeches together. They've been on boards together.
How many speeches have they given together?
I know of 2.
2, and they were back in 1992.
And they were on a board together for 3 years.
Does that mean they agree with each other?
Hey, fellas,
Is that the best we can do?
Bob, even Obama admits that they're friends.
He never said
friends. They said they had a relationship.
friendly.
That's
they
right.
know
Obama
each other.
Should you be
refuses to
friends
take
with a
firm
terrorist?
positions.
Should you be friends with an
It has
admitted
nothing
terrorist?
to do with what he stands
Should you
for.
be friends with an admitted
Do
terrorist?
any evidence that Obama believes anything that Bill Ayers ever
I would
said?
never be friends with
Do you
an
have any
admitted
evidence that
terrorist.
he
I would
believes any
never
of
be
that
friends
stuff?
with an admitted
Do you know what
terrorist.
Obama
Nor
stands
should any
for?
future
Do you have
president
any
be
idea
friends.
that Obama agrees with anything Bill Ayers
You
ever
want to
said?
say hi to Greta?
Yes, I do want to say hello to Greta. Hello, Greta. She'll tell us what's coming up right after Hannity and Combs. Hi, Greta.